Today on the Trent Out Loud show. I am so happy for Travis Hunter and his wife Lena announcing their pregnancy. He fooled all of y'all. Y'all thought they were getting a divorce and y'all thought it was all about the money. What up? It's Trent Out Loud and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending on what time zone you're in, it is Thursday night or Friday morning. And to my Friday morningers, it's Friday! We made it, y'all. This thing's like going off on its own. Hello. Okay. See, even the thing is excited that it's a Friday. It's the first time I've had to like shut it off like that. Anyways, it's Friday. Ugh. I have had a long week. Let me tell y'all, I'm so excited for the weekend. And of course, that it is a long weekend. I hope y'all are as excited as I am. All right. All right, I have a good show set up for you guys today. We have two lead stories. We're going to kick it off by talking about Cardi B's court case, and it continues, and we will break down a few things for you. We actually just did a live. I'm going to give you a quick recap of what is going on. Also, the U.S. Open tennis has a battle that erupted between Taylor and Jelena. I think if I'm pronouncing her name correct. We'll break that down. We have some video. In quick news, we're going to talk Travis Hunter, Bruce Willis, and Young Thug. As always, we're going to close out the show with social discussion. I have some comments, social discussion, and question of the day. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio, your devices up. It's Friday! I'm about to start this show. Let's go. I am very excited. All right, our first lead story. All right, like I said, I'm going to give you guys a quick recap of what's going on in Cardi B's court case. We just did a live. It is on the page. If you're on YouTube, just hit the live section. It's a half an hour long. I will really just take 5 minutes and just recap. The person who I have helping me with the Trent Out Loud show Instagram was like, yo, you need to do a live and let people know about Cardi B. Everybody's just looking online right now and being like, yo, Cardi B's in court for a civil case, her wigs, and she's making fun of the lawyer. People don't know the intricacies. So we just want to wrap that up really quickly and let you guys know, all right? First of all, Ellis is accusing Cardi B of physically assaulting her, cutting her in her face, and having trauma and anxiety, asking for $24 million. This is a civil case, not criminal. Cardi B cannot go to jail. There is a jury. It won't be from a judge. Again, like we said, finger cutting her. She said that finger cutting her cheek. Ellis is accusing Cardi B. Also body shaming and spitting in her face. Ellis has been working in this building for 4 years. Not an exemplary record, but not necessarily anything bad. She said she was traumatized. She did make two mistakes. One, in the incident report, she said that something, she had a cut on her nose, and in the deposition, she said it was on her cheek. Now, when there is a jury, the most important thing to do is to make yourself seem credible. The minute a jury hears conflicting things, right away they're going to be like, oh, I can't believe this girl. And you have to be able to win beyond a reasonable doubt. Not so much so like a criminal case where it's beyond a reasonable doubt, but you still have to not have doubt if you're going to award somebody $24 million, okay? There's something else I just thought about too. Really important to know, there's no evidence in this case. There's no evidence. There's no cell phone footage. There's no surveillance footage. There's no text messages. There's no email. There is no evidence to believe either side. It's just testimony. You have to believe Cardi B or you have to believe Ellis, the security guard who's complaining or who's accusing Cardi B of cutting her, harassing her, and spitting on her, okay? So that was her mistake. Ellis also, she also says that she went and had plastic surgery in 2022. The incident happened in 2018. Why 4 years later? Sometimes, though, that you can get a cut, it doesn't heal, and after a couple of years, you're like, I'm going to go get plastic surgery. To me, it seems like she probably just went to get plastic surgery so that she could have a plastic surgeon that said, I got plastic surgery, because you don't normally take 4 years to do that, okay? In the police report, in the incident report, She said that she did not take pictures right away because she wasn't going to sue Cardi B. But in the deposition, she said she did take pictures, but she can't find them now. What does that mean? She clearly took pictures, but she wants to now pretend like she didn't because she knows whatever was on her face was either not there during the pictures, or it was so minor that it wouldn't help her in her case. All right. If you hadn't a cut on your face from Cardi B, so much so that you needed plastic surgery, you needed to sue her, you would take pictures of it. You would go to the hospital, okay? And that leads me to my next point is that there's no medical records that says that she got cut and no medical records of her having anxiety or post-traumatic stress. If there was a female receptionist and the doctor that also testifying on Ellis's behalf, but it's not going to her credibility at all because the doctor said he didn't witness Cardi B touch her. Nothing at all. Yes, they were in an argument, but there was no hands being laid on her. He didn't see her, Cardi B spit on her or whatever. The receptionist also testified, and the receptionist, to me, this is hilarious because this helps Cardi B. The receptionist was actually the one that got scratched on her forehead, but the receptionist testified that it was actually Ellis that scratched her. She said she can't know beyond a shadow of a doubt, but she can only assume that it was Ellis because Ellis was the one that was in front of her. The receptionist got into the middle of them to try to break up their argument, and they said both hands were flaring around, and she feels like Ellis was the one who scratched her because she was in front of her. She also said that she found it odd that Ellis would ask her to testify because her testimony goes to help Cardi B. On the stand, Cardi B is doing super well, super confident. She said she's so confident that she didn't touch her. She told them to go and look at the security cameras, meaning that she assumed there were security cameras there. Just so happens that there wasn't, which is crazy to me. How are you having a doctor's office in Beverly Hills and no cameras? Super weird. But now that I think about this, I actually didn't say this on the live. There was probably no security cameras because it's in Beverly Hills and there's celebs in there and they don't want celebrities. Celebrities don't want to be caught on camera. Ugh, I just realized that. Because they actually shut down the office for Cardi B to come in. For those of you who don't know, this actually happened in 2018. This was when she was pregnant with Culture. So we didn't know about this. She revealed it 2 months after this on Saturday Night Live, so she wanted to keep it a secret. That's why there's no cameras. Oh, I wish I would have said that in the live. Anyways, Cardi B also testified that her nails during this incident, during this day, were 1 inch long, square coffin style with flat rhinestones on it. So there was no way that she could have cut her. She said, go ahead, look online. I'm Cardi B. I'm photographed every 5 minutes. You'll see that my nails weren't long and couldn't even have cut her. A note that I made about the judge is being super fair. And if anything, I feel like the judge doesn't really like Ellis's lawyer. He's almost like badgering the witnesses. He's asking a lot of crazy questions, but he has no choice because he has no evidence. He has to try to get somebody caught up. But Cardi B, the receptionist, and the doctor are very well prepared. So every time he tries to ask a question that he's not supposed to, Cardi B's lawyers say objection, and the judge says sustain, meaning you do not have to answer. So judge is being very, very fair. Cardi B is testifying right now, but technically she's testifying as a factual witness, as a hostile witness for the plaintiff, meaning that she's testifying for Ellis. She could get brought back on the stand to testify for her own defense. I don't think they should even bother putting up a defense because the plaintiff didn't put up any sort of doubt to me that Cardi B is lying. So I don't think that you're going to see any defense. I think they're probably just going to arrest and then the jury will award Cardi B the win. Talking about winning, just wanted to let you guys know like some background information. Ellis is winning regardless of whatever happens. She knows she's not going to get $24 million. She's not going to get anything from the spitting or the cutting or whatever because there's no proof of that. She might get some change for the anxiety, the trauma through going through this. That could happen. But more importantly, she's going to get a book deal. She's going to start a podcast. She's going to do interviews. She already won because she has a court case with Cardi B. She's all over the news. She's all over the world. She's in the algorithm now. So she won. That is Ellis's point to all of this. She was a security guard. I don't know how much money she's making, but she can make umpteen times that. So she won. Now, Cardi B's win here, her real win is Cardi B is using this court case as a way to promote her album. If you guys see Offset released an album 3 weeks ago. He was doing press saying, divorcing Cardi B was, horrible, traumatic. I'm over it. Listen to my music. I put all of my pain in my music. Listen to my album. Cardi B came right back out and followed him. Yo, me and Offset, we got beef. I love all my exes, but I don't love him. Beef, 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 beef. Keep listening to his album. Ooh, they're in the algorithm. They're on every blog. Then the next week, Cardi comes out and says, I'm releasing my album September the 19th. She releases a song that she did over a Jay-Z song. What is it? Imaginary Players. Boom, that's everywhere. And now this week, she's in the headlines again for this court case. She's wearing different wigs. I heard she spent $45,000 this week alone on wigs. Never mind anything else, security outfits. She knows that she's going to be plastered everywhere. Cardi and Offset are owning August. This is going to spill into September. We're going to still talk about this. I think they probably will even put her back on the stand next week just to get her face in the news and on everyone's podcast talking leading into her album, which will release September the 19th. This is promo. This is publicity. She's getting what I would assume close to $50 or $60 million worth of publicity for free. Even if she has to give Ellis $5 million, this is a win. The next reveal will be that Cardi B is pregnant, okay? That's what this is all going to be about. And again, this is her rollout to her album. Everything is going to culminate and come to a head for September the 19th. She's going to sell 1 million copies. Boom. They just made $100 million. Offset made, 50 mil. They're going to go on tour. Done. It's the music business. It's the entertainment industry. It's what we're in right now. Gone are the days of going over to radio stations, interviews, or whatever. Nah, it's headlines and algorithms. So shout out to Cardi B and her team. Y'all doing a great job. We'll keep you guys up to date with what's going on with Cardi B trial. Check out our live. There's more details on our live on our YouTube page. Go to our live. Check it out. Our second lead story. Taylor Townsend discusses exchange with Jelena. She told me I have no class, no education to see what happens when we get outside the US. All right, let's jump right into this. Everybody is talking about this in the sports world and, of course, spilled over to pop culture. Things got heated during the US Open 2025 match between tennis athlete Taylor Townsend and Jelena. I'm not even going to try to pronounce her last name. Following her win yesterday in the second round of the US Open, Townsend went to shake hands with her opponent, Jelena, when a heated exchange erupted with both ladies seen going back and forth. Townsend claimed that Jelena spewed several hateful lines at her, including telling her, we'll see what happens when we get outside the U.S. Okay, a lot of people are like, hey, we'll see what happens outside the U.S. She doesn't mean the U.S. territory. She means the U.S. Open, okay? Here is some video that we have circulating around, and then I will play for you what Jelena has said was the reason for everything. Take a look.
Set of this one, no love lost between these two.
I can't speak on what her intentions were. You lost, and you're upset about that. Saying I have no education and no class. I don't really take that personally because I know that it's so far from the truth.
Okay, so Jelena has posted this in her stories on Instagram. She says, in the beginning of the match, all players are supposed to start warm-up at the baseline. The opponent came out and straight away started the warm-up at then, which is very disrespectful and against the rules of a tennis match. Not too sure what that line means. She also wrote, just a small update on the match. Today after the match, I told my opponent that she was very disrespectful as she had a net ball in a very deciding moment and didn't say sorry. But her answer was that she doesn't have to say sorry at all. There are some rules in tennis which most of the players follow, and it was the first time ever that it happened to me on tour. If she plays in her homeland, it doesn't mean that she can behave and do whatever she wants. Okay, I am not a tennis pro, but I called my uncle and I did some research and I also looked online and talked to ChatGPT. And basically, it's what I assumed. If If Townsend would have done anything wrong, the judges would have give her a penalty or give her a warning or whatever. Now, there are some kind of like unspoken rules that I get where it's like, hey, this is, let's say, like, I don't know, like a common courtesy or whatever. The point is that the fact that you just lost and you thought you were going to win the second set and still lost, you seem bitter, and it's clear that you are bitter because that's not the time. If you wanted to say something, why not just say something right away whenever it happened and be like, hey, by the way, why didn't you say sorry for this? Or, hey, when you started practicing, whatever it is, you are a sore loser. You're upset. You got embarrassed and you're acting like a poor sport. It's just really simple what it is. I understand sportsman-like things and things that are not within the rules, but she did not break any tennis rules. And if somebody does something that is outside sportsman-like conduct, that doesn't mean that you got to say all those things to her after the match. Say it with your chest at the beginning, right? So I'm totally on the Townsend side. This is just not a good look. And you're a poor sport. That's what I think. Let me know. Sound off in the comment section below. Let me know whose side you're on with this whole debacle. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. All right, our first quick story. Travis Hunter is officially a dad. Okay, I am so happy for this. Travis and Lena Hunter announced their birth of their firstborn son. Here is a quick video, and then I'll let y'all know why I'm so happy. This was brilliant. Take a look.
Wait, is it going?
Wide open.
All right, if you guys remember the whole Travis and Lena thing, I even dragged her a little bit. Basically, Travis Hunter, Heisman Trophy winner, I think first or second round draft pick, big contract. But most of the public doesn't trust Lena, doesn't like Lena, thinks that she's just with him for his money. Has she done some questionable things? Yes, but he comes out and says, listen, she's not really, a public person. She doesn't really like all of this. At the end of the day, it's my girl. And I've always sided with him. There's been stories about, him like dropping her off outside a party. She's going into party. He's just waiting out in the car for her and her friends. And then, there's been some speculative things. But at the end of the day, he's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants. Now, they got married a few months ago. We told you guys about that. And then everyone's like, oh, it's all downhill. The past, I would say about 2 weeks, every day someone's been DMing me, yo, they're getting a divorce. Yo, she's asking for $30 million. She's asking for $40 million. Yo, Trent, be the first one to talk about it. It's rumbling on Twitter. It's rumbling on the dark web. Be the first person on YouTube to talk. I was like, I don't believe this at all. And I'm not going to say that I knew that she was pregnant, but I did call somebody and they were like, not even close. They're not getting a divorce. Trust me. They actually said, just wait. I was like, I don't know what that means, but just wait. Now, without having anybody know, we find out why they have been away from the spotlight for so long. See, they were slick. They knew if they hid this, they knew if they kept themselves out of the spotlight, they knew that people would think they were getting a divorce. And from what I'm speculating, I don't know for sure, but I think they probably were kind of like feeding those dark web guys, those conspiracy theorists, guys and girls, and was like, yo, let's just keep doing this because they know they're about to announce. Brilliant. Hats off to you guys. Brilliant strategy. Congratulations. Now, this isn't to say that she might not leave him in 2 years and now have, marriage money and kid money. Who knows? Like I said, I'm not fully % trusting her, but again, it's Travis's money, it's Travis's life, it's Travis's world, right? But this was brilliant. Shout out to Travis and Lena. Congratulations on the baby. It's a baby boy. Well, you saw it from the video. Congrats. Our second quick story. Bruce Willis now living in second home for 24-hour dementia care. Really, really sad. Bruce Willis's wife is opening up about the difficult steps she has taken to support him with his battle with dementia. In a sit-down interview with Diane Sawyer, Emma reveals that the 70-year-old actor now lives in a nearby second home where he can receive 24-hour care. It was one of the hardest decisions that I had to make so far, says Emma during the ABC special. But I knew first and foremost, Bruce would want to do this for our daughters. She added that their daughters, Mabel, who's 13, gosh, I didn't know kids were so young, 13, and Evelyn, who is 11, spent plenty of time with their father, often visiting him for breakfast and dinner. Bruce Willis was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia in 2023. Let's keep him in our prayers. So sad. That's the same thing Wendy Williams is diagnosed with, by the way. Super sad. Young daughters. That means he had his daughters when he was, 59 and 57. Jeez. Yeah, just sad. Big Bruce Willis fan. Love his movies. Great actor. Young man, 70 years old. Don't know what to say. I guess things like this, take every opportunity, live every day to its fullest, live with zero regrets, because you never know what can happen to you. So, shout out to Bruce Willis. Our third quick story. Young Thug speaks out after resurfaced audio of him mentioning Pee Wee Roscoe in an interrogation leads to social media users calling him a snitch. And he said, a rat where? All right. Young Thug tweeted this. I said, don't play with my interrogation video in court because I helped my brother. Rat where? Take a listen.
This motherfucker Wayne from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. This was in Atlanta and I was in New Orleans. I said, what the fuck? That was so weird.
Charleston White followed up and said, I thought street N-words don't talk to police. What happened to I want my lawyer present? Young Thug followed up and said, this motion got filed because the detective lied and said I made a statement in the back of a police car. Stupid. That never, ever happened. Look, I tried to stay out of street beef and street stuff. We all know that Gunna is never going to live down his snitching allegations. I feel like this is just a ploy to kind of even out the playing field between Young Thug and Gunna. This doesn't seem like a straight snitching to me. And you guys are artists. We got to leave the street stuff to the street stuff. That's just me, But y'all sound off. Do y'all think that Thug got off and we're just finding out now it's because he snitched, or you feel like it was really because of Brian Steele? Shout out to Brian Steele, by the way. Yeah, let me know if you guys believe this or not. Is that how we got a lesser sentence? Is that how he got things to be manipulated his way? Why he'll be out of jail right now? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to social discussion of the day. Before we get into the discussion, I have a very important question for y'all. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Yes, they are if you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform. Go to my sponsor below, aura.com/trendOutloud, to get your free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has been exposed. Yes, your social security number, credit card, or banking, they can find out all of that out for you for free with the link below, okay? If you ever wonder how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is flooded, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, social security number, credit card information, etc., and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friends, and out louders. Aura takes care of the hard part for you, automatically removing all of your information off of these sites. And the best part is they can keep it off all for free. Aura gives you alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web. They have real-time fraud alerts if any of your credit cards, banking information, social security number, anything is ever leaked onto the dark web. You also get a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have 24/7 around-the-clock US-based customer service. If anything does go wrong, Aura also offers a $5 million identity theft insurance protection package. In the event something does go wrong, you are protected. They're the best in the business. I'm going to put the QR code right here beside me. Take out your phone, click on it. Best in the business. For those of you who have never heard of Aura, they used to be the logo badge for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Yes, the NBA Minnesota Timberwolves. Here is a picture of Anthony Edwards and Cat Williams. They are the biggest, best in the business. And today you can get a free, absolutely free 14-day trial to see if any of your data has been exposed. Click on the link. Trust me, you will not regret it. All right. Today's social discussion comes from the comment section. Like I said, I told you all I was going to get back to my comment section. First was from Red N6T, said, Trent, you are such a good man. You would be a wonderful husband and father. All it takes is one good girl who loves you as much as you love her, who will work hard with you to keep your relationship strong, and you both will have an amazing life together. If you have the best girl, go for it. Y'all have been so nice to me in the comment section with this whole marriage thing. This actually started with Cardi B and Offset, and I was like, ugh. Then I told you a friend of mine in LA told me some scary things, and I've been like always on the fence, afraid of that stuff. But yeah, you're 100% right. When you have the right person and you know it's the right person and there's nothing in your gut and there's nothing that is making you fearful, I 100% believe that marriage or relationships or partnerships can work. And it's really, really about finding the right person. I 100% know that. So I've seen you guys in the comment. I still am a little nervous, but I got y'all, all right? Second one is from Simply Sandy. She says, what I don't understand is, oh, by the way, sorry, Red, thank you so much for saying that I'm a wonderful man and that I would make a good husband and a good father. Thank you very much for that. All right, so Simply Sandy said, what I don't understand is that supposedly everybody in this country is broke, but we have numerous OnlyFans models making millions of dollars. How does that work? Exactly my point. It works because this is a new alternate way to make money. And that's why I keep questioning and putting this in social discussion. Is it prostitution? Is it wrong? There's a lot of women who are on OnlyFans deciding their own future, making their own way. There's no middleman. They're not on stage. They're not on the corner. They're not on any magazines. They're there having conversations, taking their time and interacting with their people. A lot of them are, well, I shouldn't say a lot. Some of them are doing it without being nude. Some of them are just doing like risque. Like I told you, that tennis player is like, yeah, there's some risque photos, but not completely nude. So what do you guys feel about that? Hey, man, if things aren't working out, you lost your job, or you're having a hard time making ends meet, is getting online on one of these platforms and exchanging your time and part of your sexuality to somebody for money, is that prostitution? Is that the new way forward? Is that a business? Apparently to Simply Sandy, we're still trying to figure it out. And so am I. All right, last one here is Rachel said, hey, Trent, I love watching you every day from Panama City, Florida. Shout out to my Floridians. Y'all know I was conceived in Florida. Friday, I will be blessed to be 54 years old. Thank you for everything that you do to keep us informed and entertained daily. Rachel, happy birthday this Friday. I said on my live, actually, there is somebody who is helping me with the Trent Out Loud show on Instagram, and it's her birthday on Friday too. So you guys both share a birthday. Happy birthday to both of y'all. So happy birthday to the person who's helping me. Put that in the comment section, and y'all say happy birthday to Rachel in the comment section too. All right. But what I wanted to highlight of this comment, I want to not only say happy birthday to Rachel, is I love the comments following this. Look at this. Zora said, happy early birthday. Kenneth said, me too, same location. We should watch it together one day. How cool is that? Kenneth and Rachel might get together and have a watch party and watch the Trent Out Loud show together. This is all this show is about. It's not only about the views. It's not only about the subscribers. It's the people who are here that are watching, that feel entertained, feel informed, and we're building a community together. Amazing. That literally warms my heart, and it's the best thing for me going into this long weekend after having a tough week. Thank you so much for that. And if you guys do get together, please send me a picture, DM me or send me an email, info@trendoutloud.com, or just DM me on my Instagram, the Trent Out Loud Show or Trent Out Loud. Amazing. And Kim, the out louder of all louders, said happy soon to be birthday. So really, really cool. All right. So make sure y'all jump in the comment section. I don't know what to say to, like, happy birthday to the person helping Trent. How do you just say K? Okay. Her name starts with K. She's shy. She doesn't want me to say her name. So happy birthday to K and happy birthday to Rachel. Put some birthdays, put some emojis in the chat. Oh, I turned this off. It went crazy. Happy birthday, y'all. Double birthdays. That's it for social discussion. Comment below. OnlyFans, comment if anybody's having any other birthdays, and comment about marriages. We all can get together and have beautiful marriages. Just be like peaceful and honest and loving and, with everybody. All right. Divorce scares me. All right, this brings us to question of the day. Without saying where you work, what's something you say a lot there? All right, the first person said, I already got my degree. Y'all keep talking, I'll wait. That's a little bit rude, sir. Another person said, I hate this job. Okay, that could be a lot of places. Another person said, welcome to, and then there's just a line. Somebody says, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay. Somebody says name and date of birth. That could be so many places, like the DMV, whatever. Somebody said my pleasure. That's vague too. That could mean a lot. Anything liquid, fragile, or perishable. Okay. Airport, I think. Name and date of birth. Please put in the comment section where ask for name and date of birth. I could. Name and date of birth. I mean, that's a lot of, that could be like, it could be a lot of places. Somebody says they hire anybody. Sit down, 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me. What you drinking today, baby? Why is there still talking? Your Honor. Okay, so that person's a lawyer, courtroom. Somebody said understood. Another person said wrong hole. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. You want to make that a double? Okay, that one's easy. I'm ready to go home. Somebody said good night. Open wide. Name and date of birth. How many vehicles involved? Thank you for calling. Are you having any type of discomfort? Okay, I really don't know any of these things, to be honest with you, except for like that lawyer one and, of course, the joke ones. All right, y'all sound off below. Somebody said no flipping. What? All right, y'all sound off below. Without telling me where you work, tell me something that you say a lot there, all right? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, y'all, that is a wrap on today's show. Thank you so much for kicking with me. Thank you so much for those of you who joined in on our live breaking down Cardi B. For those of you who did not see it, make sure you go and check that out on our live on our YouTube. It was a half an hour long. I thought it was a good show. Thank you for tuning in all week. And yeah, that's it. Have a great weekend. Have a great Labor Day. All right. Before I let you go, just want to remind you to sign up to Aura. The link is below. It is free for 14 days. Any sort of data breach you've ever been worried about, they could tell you and take all your information off if they find anything. QR code beside me. And also, before I let you go, just want to remind you of all the ways to keep up with the show. For those of you who like to listen on podcast platforms, we're available on all of them. So you can check us out on any podcast platform. For those of you who like to watch on video, we are available on YouTube 5 days a week. And we also do lives. Make sure you check us out when you're over there on YouTube. Please do not forget to subscribe, hit that like button. Please comment, please. This is a podcast that I do by myself, so I need you guys to join in on the conversation, or I'm just talking by myself. For those of you who don't want to join in on conversation, I totally understand. Let me know where you're listening from. This is a global podcast, so I love to see whatever country or city you're listening from, all right? And I read the comments every day before I go to sleep, so make sure you keep commenting. And lastly, if you're enjoying the show, please try to share it because it helps in growing the channel. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all podcast platforms. I'm the most active on Instagram. All of my handles are all the same, Trent Out Loud. We also have a very active now, the Trend Out Loud show on Instagram, where we put clips of the show and also news throughout the day, hot takes, and just, it's very, very lively over there, right? So make sure that you follow both Instagram pages, the Trend Out Loud show and also Trend Out Loud. Have a great weekend. I will see you not Sunday night, but Monday night. Maybe I may take one extra day off and it'll be Tuesday night, but I'm sure I'm going to come back. No, I had a couple of days off of this summer. I am back after this Labor Day weekend. I am back full throttle 5 days a week until like whatever next holiday, like Thanksgiving. But like we are back, and I have a major announcement, a big announcement that I'll be announcing around September the 5th or 6th. All right. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Thank you all for all the love, all the likes, all the comments. Have a great weekend. Be safe. I'll see y'all next week. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trend Out Loud. Peace!